Shanghai's skyline is like no other, a visual symbol of its 21st century position as China's and increasingly Asia's financial center. Shanghai has been a financial hub for over a century, but back in the early 20th century, it was dominated by foreign banks. The Art Deco buildings along the famous Bund still stand today, but one in particular stands out. This is the Bank of China building. Completed in 1937, it has the Art Deco style of the age, but mythical lions guard its entrance, and a relief with Confucius hovers above it. Who better to show me around than a former executive at the Bank of China Shanghai, and now its history consultant, Li Qing. Here we have the old banks, the Bund.
White Tan. Chinese name is White Tan.
Downstairs, we visit the wonderful Bank of China Museum, which traces the history of the bank and modern Chinese finance. Early currency issued by foreign banks in the Chinese Republic, and many tangible reminders of the struggles China and Shanghai have gone through to get where they are today. Mr. Li and I sit down and talk, and I ask him what the main difference is between China's banking system and the West.
Chinese people love to save money. That is a good habit. And it is because some Chinese people went through a period of poverty. They had to save money for unforeseen risks in the future, for example, for sickness or other major expenses. They are now used to the lifestyle of saving every extra cent, even if they are now much wealthier, which always protects them from future risks and uncertainties. That is why I think it is a good thing.
But what about all the loans Chinese banks have made to fund development projects, I ask? Could they go bad as the economy slows?
If there's any problem with China's financial capital, according to my personal experience, it is probably not because of the general public's consumption. Instead, it is the loans we give to the companies or enterprises, especially if there's a fraudulent accounting statement. That will eventually lead to a relatively big run on the banks. But China has a very powerful central government, which will coordinate actions and relations between banks and enterprises. If there's a problem, let's tackle it together. This is what I've been through with most cases. If there's anything wrong with a company's accounting, we banks will help them with it.
Mr. Li tells me that he sees Chinese state ownership of the banks as a good thing, a way to avoid a global financial meltdown like the 2008 credit crisis triggered by US banks.
It really baffles me, the financial crisis in the US. I would really love to ask those banks, why weren't you afraid of lending that money to those people who could not even pay back? This, I really don't understand.
Mr. Li says his decades of experience tell him mathematicians shouldn't run banks. With his eyes to the future, he says he's very excited about China's currency, the RMB, becoming more internationalized. And he sees a bright future for the Bank of China and Chinese banks globally. From foreign domination to modernization, Shanghai has always been at the heart of China's banking system. Now it's going global. The question is, just how big? Nathan King, CGTN, Shanghai.